Happy Sunday, and welcome to Southern Gospel Sissy. I'm Justin Ryan. Today, I want to share a song from my 2014 album Different, titled Mercy Now, penned by the remarkable Mary Gauthier, a lesbian singer-songwriter whose words resonate deeply with the struggles and triumphs of many, including my own. In a world that often feels harsh and unyielding, there's never been a more urgent time for us to embrace mercy. Mary Gauthier, a Grammy-nominated American folk artist, has a unique gift for transforming her personal experiences into songs that touch the hearts of many. Her own journey through adoption, addiction, recovery, and growing up gay in the Deep South informs her powerful lyrics. Through her art, she highlights the importance of compassion and understanding in a world that can feel often isolating. As I reflect on the poignant lyrics of Mercy Now, I'm reminded of the profound need for mercy, not just in the world, but in my own life and within my family. The struggle for mercy resonates deeply, especially when I think about my father and brother, and how desperately mercy is also needed within our church and our country. In my own life, there have been more times than not that the whole reason I'm here is because someone showed mercy to me. From the time I was 17 years old living in my car after being kicked out, to the worst days of Scott's illness when it felt like the walls were closing in, if it weren't for the mercy of God and those in my life, I certainly would not have made it. My father could use a little mercy now. This line strikes a deep chord within me. As I said earlier, at 17, I faced rejection and was kicked out of my home for simply being who I am. That moment shattered our relationship and left scars that linger to this day. Years later, during the darkest days of Scott's illness, I reached out to my father, offering to bring my new album as a gesture of hope and a way to share some common ground, with the hope of mending something that was broken. But despite never receiving an apology or any communication from him since then, I have chosen to embody mercy, living out the message of James 2:13. For judgment is without mercy to one who has shown no mercy. Mercy triumphs over judgment. Even amidst my hurt, I strive to extend grace. My brother could use a little mercy now. This truth is painfully illustrated by my own brother's absence at Scott's funeral and the way he distances himself whenever we are in the same space. Yet I still invite him and his wife to our home for Christmas, clinging to the hope that one day we can reconcile. My attempts to reach out reflect Matthew 5:7. Blessed are the merciful, for they shall receive mercy. I remain committed to showing mercy, even when it feels undeserved or unreciprocated. As I contemplate the state of our church and country, I'm struck by how desperately they need mercy as well. The divisions seem to grow wider, with some who claim to be Christians failing to embody the core teachings of Jesus. Too often, judgment takes precedence over compassion, and power is prioritized over love. These actions contradict the very essence of our faith. Jesus calls us not to sacrifice, but to mercy. In a culture where faith is sometimes wielded as a weapon against those who are different, we must resist the urge to judge and become advocates for grace. Every living thing could use a little mercy now. The pain and suffering in our world are palpable. The powerful often cling to their status while the vulnerable endure in silence. But as children of God, we are blessed with God's mercy through Jesus. In 1 Peter 1:3, we are reminded of the living hope we have through the resurrection of Jesus Christ. So how can we not extend that same mercy to others, especially those who are marginalized and hurting? As we navigate the divisiveness in our nation, let us remember that we all could use a little mercy now, even when we feel undeserving. It is in our moments of deepest need that mercy shines the brightest. Hebrews 4:16 encourages us to draw near to the throne of grace, seeking mercy and finding grace in our time of need. By extending mercy to those around us, especially those with whom we may disagree, we reflect the very heart of God. So in this season of our lives, let's consciously choose mercy for ourselves and for others. May we walk humbly with our God, as it says in Micah 6:8, and trust that God's goodness and mercy will follow us all the days of our lives. As we practice mercy, we can find healing in our relationships and hope for a brighter tomorrow. Let us become vessels of mercy, embracing the grace that God so generously offers and striving to embody the love of Christ in a world that desperately needs it. May we remember that in giving mercy, we too shall receive it, and through our actions, we can illuminate the path towards healing and reconciliation, both within our families and in the broader world around us. Happy Sunday.
My Father could use a little mercy now. The fruits of his labor fall and rot slowly on the ground. His work is almost over, it won't be long, he won't be around. I love my Father, he could use some mercy now. My brother could use a little mercy now. He's a stranger to freedom. He's shackled to his fear and his doubt. The pain that he lives in, it's almost more than living will allow. I love my brother, he could use some mercy now. My church and my country could use a little mercy now. As they sink into a poison pit, it's gonna take forever to climb out. They carry the weight of the faithful who follow them down. My church and country, they could use some mercy now. Every living thing could use a little mercy now. Only the hand of grace can end the race towards another mushroom cloud. People in power, they'll do anything to keep their crown. I love life, and life itself could use some mercy now. A little mercy now. I know we don't deserve it, but we need it anyhow. We hang in the balance, dangling between hell and how low Every single one of us could use some mercy now. Every single one of us could use some mercy now. Every single one of us could use some mercy now.